For over 70 years, Mrs. Lillian Noda Yajima has been an integral member of the Cherry Blossom Festival community. She radiates passion, overflows with devotion, and possesses a wealth of knowledge. These are just a few ways the Cherry Blossom Festival has been elevated through her involvement.
Please enjoy this virtual time capsule created by members of Sakura Hawaii Alumnae and the 69th Cherry Blossom Festival Court.
Lillian Emiko Navahine Noda Yajima comes from a family of high achievers. Her maternal grandparents came to Hawaii in 1899, saved their money, and became leasehold pineapple growers. Her father, Senator Steer G. Noda, was a successful businessman, politician, and record-setting athlete. Her mother, Alice Tashima Noda, was a trailblazing businesswoman as the first U.S. citizen president of the Japanese Women's Society of Hawaii and the first Japanese American woman registered to vote in Hawaii. Mrs. Yajima was raised to follow their example.
Mrs. Yajima attended Hanaho'oli School, then on to Roosevelt Junior and Senior High Schools, when Roosevelt School was an elite English standard school. She then earned a bachelor's degree in sociology and a fifth-year teaching certificate at the University of Hawaii. She learned hula from Pi'ilani and Pualani Mossman at Mossman's Lalani Hawaiian Village and danced hula for the American servicemen in Minnesota while visiting her husband, Second Lieutenant Tadashi Tad Yajima, in 1945.
Mrs. Yajima has volunteered her time and shared her knowledge of traditional Japanese culture with several generations of Cherry Blossom Festival contestants for over 25 years. Mrs. Yajima's involvement with the Cherry Blossom Festival started when her husband Tad Yajima chaired the first Cherry Blossom Queen contest 70 years ago. Mr. and Mrs. Yajima's daughter, Lenny, was also a former Cherry Blossom Festival Queen and the very first female general chair.
So your husband was Tad Yajima, and what was your vision for the festival?
Oh, it gave us the chance to show the beautiful side of Japanese culture. There are many things that are very useful too. So it gave us that chance.
Yeah. And you were saying that you were nervous that not knowing how many contestants or how many people were going to sign up, but can you tell us what you remember about the first festival and how many people signed up and what people were saying?
It was so hard because when we first started, every time I would have, no, I don't want. Why? Oh, because people are going to think I think I'm pretty. Honestly, girls didn't know each other, but they give me the same answer. No, I don't want to run because they think I think I'm pretty. I said, no, that's not the idea. It gives you the opportunity to learn many things Japanese that never in your lifetime would be given to you. And so when I explained, they learned so many different things, cooking, origami, flower arrangement, tea ceremony. None of the girls would have the time nor the money to learn that. But this way, they get an inkling of everything and be, knowledgeable about things Japanese.
So don't you think it makes me so happy to hear you say that, because I feel that your vision for the first festival is similar, right? It just evolved, but it's so similar to what I feel the vision is now for the festival, right? It's still providing contestants with opportunities to learn about their culture. So really, I feel like the festival kept that same vision that your husband set for us 70 years ago.
I'm really glad because there's so many things Japanese that ordinarily they would never know about. And then a lot of them too have boyfriends who are non-Japanese, but they get hooked into because they're interested and they start to appreciate things Japanese too.
Mrs. Yajima herself is still active with the Cherry Blossom Festival. She teaches origami folding and manju making to the contestants every year. It's always one of their favorite classes. Although the 69th Cherry Blossom Festival Queen contestants had a predominantly virtual contestant experience, they still had the opportunity to learn the craft of origami making and manju making virtually. As an added bonus, Mrs. Yajima even taught the 11 young women how to dance the hukilau too.
Can you describe why you think the Cherry Blossom Festival has been so successful?
Even if it gives people only a small introduction to Japanese culture, it is appreciated. It has stimulated local businesses, attracted the interest of and participation of visitors, and has served as a training ground for future leaders.
How can we keep the culture alive here in Hawaii?
Oh, that's really hard. I hate to see it die out. There are a lot of nice things about Japanese culture that it's good to have passed on. So at least if we have one like this Cherry Blossom Festival, it would showcase things Japanese and might help, you know?
The Cherry Blossom Festival would not nearly be what it is today without the tremendous support from Mrs. Yajima, amongst other wonderful members of the local, national, and international community. Over the years, Mrs. Yajima has helped to define an internal legacy that continues to grow and strengthen with each group of incoming Cherry Blossom Festival sisters. Part of Mrs. Yajima's legacy is Sakura Hawaii Alumni, also known as SHA, in which she founded in 2011 with a group of past contestants who would become the first board of directors. Mrs. Yajima's vision for SHA is to build positive relationships among all former Cherry Blossom Festival contestants while perpetuating and advancing Japanese culture and heritage in Hawaii's community through education and volunteerism.
Everyone that has had the honor of meeting and knowing Mrs. Yajima knows that she embodies everything that the Cherry Blossom Festival stands for. The legacy of Mrs. Yajima is cherished for past, present, and future generations.